Welcome to America's Commercial Real Estate Show, your source for market intel, forecasts, and success strategies. Hello, I'm Michael Bull. Thank you for being with us. Well, today our topic is called What Technology Can Do for Your Business. First, let me tell you, this segment is brought to you by CommercialAgentSuccess.com. Check it out if you're a commercial agent or a commercial broker looking to enhance broker skills. Like I said, today is about technology. What can you do for your business? And I think a lot of us have questions. You know, I've been in the business 30 years. We use a lot of technology. We're very tech savvy in our office, but still I have a lot of questions. How do these work together? Which technology is right for you? Which technology do we really need? And then how do we get people to adopt the technology, right? How do we power our business? And if there's multiple choices, which there are in most things, in most technology, which one is right for you? Well, we'll get to a lot of those answers today. Please welcome my first guest. It's Jeff Finn. And Jeff is CEO of RealNex, and he's joining us on Skype. Jeff, good to see you again.
Excellent. Thanks, Michael. It's a pleasure to be here, and pleased to be with you on this inaugural program.
Well, thank you. And I tell you, it's interesting. If you don't know Jeff, he's not just a technology guy. He used to run NAI Global. He has been around commercial real estate. So if you're in the brokerage business, he has dealt firsthand with the challenges that we all deal with. How do we make all this work together? What's right for us? How do we get it cost effective? And I really like where you came from as CEO. You're making sure that all your products and all your services are geared to us end users and how we're going to use it and also how we'll adopt it. So first of all, Jeff, if you will, I know you have 5 kind of basic products. If you could tell us what each of those products are for commercial real estate world.
Excellent. Thanks again, Michael. I appreciate that. And the RealNex was built to really solve that part of the problem that you talked about, that there are so many different solutions that are needed to assist the broker through their life cycle and the world that they live in, that it was difficult to consume and adopt and implement. So what we put together is an offering suite that starts with CRM. We've got a market-leading CRM platform. We've got a transaction management engine that handles everything from your tour book and leasing, tenant rep, and the investment sales side of the house, to our Market Edge product, which does all of the financial analytics, whether it's an investment discounted cash flow analysis or comparative lease analysis, and assist in streamlining the process to put together your proposal, offering memorandum, and hosting private and secure deal rooms. And then we've got our marketplace, which takes all of that information and puts it out to the public and enables you to run e-marketing campaigns, drive traffic into your listings, either on our public portal or on a hosted site that you have on your own web environment.
All right, so those are your 5 basic products. That
the one piece, those are the 4 core products.
4,
and
right.
We've got, as a service delivery model, we've got the RealNex VR, which takes all of the buildings and properties or spaces that you have and can help you virtualize them and put them into a 3D environment to help either in the marketing or from a test fit standpoint, the actual move in and decision-making process.
So if you will, go into that a little bit. So the RealNex VR package really has 3 kind of basic parts of it. They're not very basic, but 3 areas of service there, right? Tell us about those 3.
Well, yeah, there's a full-fledged VR, which if you're working on a greenfield development, a new project, whether it's a condo project or a commercial property, and you want to start to do pre-sales or pre-leasing, you can't really visualize it well with just renderings and flat files of that property. We can take your basic plan and virtualize it, so you can have a full walkthrough of a new tower, take somebody up to the penthouse, show the views from there, walk around the space, look at what you might want to do in it, and you move in furniture, fixtures, colors, changes, whatever you want to put in the space. And we can actually do that in a collaborative way, where you might have somebody in New York, someone in Hong Kong, or someone in Atlanta coming together into a space in Miami and walk around it together on a video chat with a tour and see it in a 3D way. So that's one.
That's awesome.
It's really incredible. The other is very simple. You might have a 5,000 square foot floor plate being reconfigured. So you want to take down the walls, you want to look at it and envision what you can do, whether it's an existing building or a new building, and just lease that space. And again, someone can look at a floor plan and not really know where they're at. We can take that floor plan, put it into a 3D model very cost effectively, and put someone into different points of view in the space, walk around the space. And other than a video, because you can't do a video of a space that doesn't exist, even if it did exist, with a video you can't really do anything with the space. You can just look at it. With what we have is a quick tour. You can take the tour, and then we can move it into what we call real fit, which is a test fit. So you can take that space and, again, it looks like it'll work for me, but let me drop in the walls, let me drop in my conference room, let me put in all the workstations and make sure that it works. So in real time, you're able to accelerate the leasing process by engaging your tenant in both that first walkthrough and then in the actual build-out visualization of the space to make sure they can get all the people in and the workflow is proper, and you can really streamline that to make it so you have one iteration with the architect perhaps rather than 20 going back and forth over weeks and months.
Yeah, so it's a great presentation to kind of help a tenant get in, but it also really speeds up the process and makes everything more efficient, right?
That's the idea. So first to showcase it, to put it out there and get a tenant in, and then so you don't have to run all over town with different tours. You can basically show them different spaces virtually, and then once they decide on the one, sit down and start to lay it out. And again, it speeds up that decision-making process on the front end, and then on the actual assurance that the space works and you can design it properly on the back end.
That's great. I mean, especially if you're a landlord and you've got several buildings and or one, and you can use this product, once you create it multiple times. That's a great product for that situation. And let's go back to your 4 core products. I think one of the issues with technology is that we get this technology and they don't work well together. And then another challenge, I think, especially in the past, has been price, right? It's just things have just not been cost effective. But tell us about your 4 core products. Do they work together, and what have you done about cost and efficiency there?
So we've designed our platform to be a fully integrated, holistic suite of tools that work from end to end. So it starts with a CRM where much more than you typically think about CRM, which is really prospect or customer relationship management as the acronym, but it is a CRE-centric tool. So it really more starts with buildings and deals, and it's oriented around that with a fully relational database. So you can monitor and track every tenant in every building. So it sort of stacks the building, and then it has all the ownership and investor or service providers around it. So you have your database of all the people you do business with, the companies, the buildings, has all of your comps, whether sales or leases, and transactional activity. So every listing, every tenant rep or other assignment, it manages all of that workflow. And from a business development standpoint, as you're prospecting and you find a prospect that's interested in selling, you can easily take the data that you have in your CRM and then move it into your analytics tool to put a BOV together or put a proposal together. And once that proposal's completed, it immediately becomes your offering memorandum, and you can go to market with the transaction and then publish that straight into the marketplace, run an e-marketing campaign to drive traffic into your deal rooms, run a sales process or a leasing process, and all of that data is actually captured back in your CRM, so you can do your ownership or landlord reporting or client reporting, and you have your history of all the activities, so you're better equipped down the road to know what you did with who, when. And it's, by the way, all integrated with Outlook and Gmail, so you don't have all kinds of disparate pieces of information flying all over the place. All of that's consolidated back into your history file and your activity file, so everything's consolidated nice and neat and captured to make that very efficient. And as you said, so not only do we save time by having data work across the platform and expand the breadth of the offering, but we've also brought the price down because we think that one of the tremendous problems with adoption over time has been both the time that it takes to manage all of the technology as well as the cost to implement it from an actual dollar standpoint. So we've made it really efficient from a workflow and also very efficient from a cost standpoint.
So if you
we
wanted
brought the price down to,
yeah, so if somebody wants all four of these core products that you just described and how they work together, what is the cost? It sounds like it would be expensive.
Yeah, if you put all those pieces together in individual component pieces we've analyzed in the market, it's like $1,000 per user per month for all of those pieces with individual components that don't work together.
Yeah.
We brought it all together, it works together, and we deliver it for $99 per user per month on an annual subscription. So it's a tremendous value.
That's awesome. So how do you do it? I mean, if tech people listening to this show or watching this show are probably saying, Jeff, how are you doing it that cheap? How are you doing all that product and all that service that cheap? How do you do that?
Well, we've done it. We do it at scale. So we've been able to put together a very large universe of customers with a very efficient product base. We don't depend on third-party products, which some of the other alternatives do, where they have a layer of overhead before you even get started to pay third parties for component pieces of software, and we don't. We have it all built from the ground up, fully customized for the commercial real estate industry, and it enables us to have the pricing advantage.
Yeah,
it was a vision of us from ours in the beginning to have this overwhelming cost value proposition.
And when did you start this, Jeff?
Just over 4 years ago. We started in May of 2014.
So in the world of technology, you've got a really old company. You've been around forever.
Yeah, it's been around forever. You know, it's funny. I was talking to a friend a while ago. We talked about the NAI story, and that was a sort of a 30-year run. And we talked about sort of the 3 generations of growth there, and we did the same story with RealNex, and it was a 3-year story. So it was sort of the 3 generations happened year after year rather than decade after decade.
Well, I have to ask you this before we let you go. When someone adopts this technology, let's say they get all 4 core products, what surprises them once they start using it?
It's how much time they can save. It's not only in their personal use, but it's if you have a team base to be able to share information and collaborate. You know, we found that people are saving 50 to 75% of time that they were doing putting together packages, putting together proposals, doing their financial underwriting, and the efficiency that provides for them operationally. As well as the knowledge that they think they have in their head, they realize that, man, I forgot some things, and it's great to have it in a database. And as I build that database over time, it's incredibly valuable because there's so much information that we all consume, and if we don't organize it well and give ourselves easy access to it, it's not an asset. But if we do, it's a tremendous asset. And we found people that have built their databases, and it's not something that happens overnight, but they built it over time. They have an incredible advantage in the market.
Well, very well said.
Yeah.
So what's next from RealNex, Jeff? What should we expect in the future from you guys?
So the next thing, so we see the market as a global market. So we've had great success in the United States. We've actually just put in our first installation in New Zealand. So we've got the largest brokerage firm in New Zealand implementing our program. So we've got partners in Germany and the Asia Pacific region that want to take the RealNex platform global and not just implement it in their markets, but to help the U.S. clients that have global deployments implement a common platform around the world, as well as to bring cross-border capital flow through the marketplace and to drive more transactional efficiency as people look to buy, sell, and lease property around the world. And we actually have a multilingual, units of measure, multi-currency conversion. So basically on the fly, you're able to transfer data and make it work around the world. So that's pretty exciting for us. And bringing in this 3D technology more fully into the platform, I think together will help us bring our marketplace to a much more efficient transaction engine, not just a showcase for properties, but really being able to handle transactions on the platform.
Well, it sounds like if your business is running 3 levels, you're still at level 1, right? You're still moving up.
We are pretty excited about where we're at today.
Oh, Jeff, great information. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations on all your success.
Thanks, Michael.
All right, and stay with us. We're going to have more about technology for your business. And we'll look at some other ways you can use technology, whether you're an owner, whether you're a broker, or whatever you do. Stay with us. I'm Michael Bull. This is America's Commercial Real Estate Show.